That was.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays. Like working your faces. Grace at the field, so time for laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Well, hello, everybody. How is it going tonight? And welcome to the ASAP Sports Network. And tonight, guess what? We have another episode of Sportsminute that we are bringing you. Of course, right? Of course we are. And of course, I am joined tonight by none other than Will. He cannot wait until tomorrow's game, Polston, to see exactly what happens. And then, And then you have the Vic, and probably kind of pretty sad today because of that game, but that's good. That's completely okay.
I'm
that's
all right.
I'm
all right. We can't win them all.
And then, of course, Saturdays, we know on Saturdays is all NFL day. But before we go ahead and jump into our first topic, we're going to actually do a little bit of housekeeping. So the first ad, or I should say sponsor, that we want to talk about is we want to talk about Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. So Vic, go ahead and take it away.
All right. I say this every time. This place is awesome. Suzanne's Paparazzi. It's paparazziaccessories.com/160920 is your consultant code. 24/7. Everything's $5, but it's not cheap. It's good quality stuff. It's well made. I love the stuff I bought. My cousins love their earrings. I got them for Christmas. Valentine's Day is coming up. Just because days are coming up, guys, you can go online, order it, have it shipped to you, get it in 5 days, and you're like the champ. You're like the gift-giving man. It's lead and nickel free. It's fantastic stuff. She supports us. You support us. Support her. Let's go. Do it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just do it.
The champ is here. All right. So, of course, our next ad that we have to talk about, and guess what? I know Vic likes this too because this was one of her favorite things. So, Vic, why don't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about Misty Meadows?
Misty Meadows is a fantastic place. They're located in Bandon, but they have a website, OregonJam.com. They have bacon jam. They got bacon syrup. They got, oh my God, so many good things that you just want to dive in. Once again, they're supporting us. You support us. Let's spread the wealth, people. Christmas is over. New Year's is over. But I mean, who doesn't want a can of jam as a gift of an everyday present? They ship. It's fantastic stuff. I mean, come on. I mean, you cannot pass up the opportunity to eat jam made in Oregon. Am I right? Am I wrong?
No,
I'm not
you're
wrong,
definitely
right?
not wrong. No,
I've never heard something more correct.
Yeah, because
They have jam. They have beer jelly. Come on, beer jelly. Beer jelly.
I was
I
going
like
to say,
beer and jelly.
I'm a barbecue sauce guy myself, and they
They have
have
olives.
phenomenal barbecue sauce.
They have barbecue rubs. They have syrup packs. I mean, they got a little bit of everything. You can get case orders. You can get 2-jar sets, 4-jar sets, single jars. It doesn't matter. And their stuff is delicious. Delicious, people.
I
And they
love
also
it.
have no sugar added jam for those of you that apparently don't like sugar.
The D for delicious stands for homemade.
Yes, OregonJam.com. Go buy some jam.
Hey, since Madison's going to leave that comment, best comment, I tell you what, right now to kind of boost up the new year. Let me actually get to that, Ace. We doing T-shirts next?
We are going to do T-shirts, so I was going to say, go ahead, Will, take it away.
I tell you what, perfect segue for this one. Don't forget, we have the Viewer of the Month every single month, and we're going to continue that on into 2021. Welcome to a brand new year. The winner of that will be last month's winner will be introduced, I'm pretty sure, on the next episode of Real Talk, the first Monday of the year. But before we get to that, I'm gonna encourage you all to get down in the comment section. We're gonna start the New Year's right. So last episode, I was changing my name a little bit. If I can get the best name in the comment section, will be my name for this next segment. We'll get that going. Throw me some cool names to throw up as my name, because when you're down there in the comment section, when you're down liking the page, when you're following the page, when you're sharing the episode, that only increases your chances of winning this free T-shirt, your very own All Sports All Plays Network T-shirt. You could be the Viewer of the Month, because whoever does that the most at the end of this month, will add it all up, and you'll win your very own ASAP Network T-shirt.
All right, so before we go into that, guess what? Freddie just said for us to go ahead and announce it. So guess what? Our Viewer of the Month this month is none other than, congratulations, Madison. You are our Viewer of the Month, so guess what? You will be getting your free T-shirt. So congratulations. And we will get in touch with you, or we'll actually have Will get in touch with you to get your address and everything, so we can get that shirt sent out to you ASAP. All right. Now, before we jump on here, don't forget, Will. Don't forget, if people cannot come on and comment, what is another way they can get a shirt?
I'm not one that forgets things like this, man. I tell you what, if you're not down in the comment section, you can't make the live episode. We understand, but you could go ahead and get your own ASAP Network T-shirt just the same. If you go ahead, message one of us, message anybody on the network, you can do it, and you can get your very own ASAP Network T-shirt for $14.99 plus shipping and handling. Again, $14.99 plus shipping and handling, and we will get you your very own ASAP Network T-shirt ASAP.
ASAP, exactly. So before we jump in to go talking about the games today, there was actually a question that I wanted to bring up to you guys, because I want to see how you guys feel about it. I mentioned it a little bit in the chat. We kind of had a little bit of mixed reactions, because, Will, you know how I feel about it, but I haven't really heard from Vic yet, and I know a little bit about how you feel about it. But now we're going to let the fans know how we feel about it. So obviously that question is, so we've heard that the NFL right now has a contingency plan in place that if the Cleveland Browns game against the Pittsburgh Steelers gets canceled, because right now we all know that Cleveland Browns right now are struggling horrible with COVID. They have a lot of guys out on COVID. They have a contingency plan in place that says if that game is canceled, that playoff contingency plan is going to go from 14 teams in the playoffs to 16 teams. Now, what will happen is there will not be a first round bye. There will not be a first round. So every single team would have to play in the first round of the playoffs. So, Will, I want to hear your thing about this first. What do you think about it? And I know you're a Bears fan, so I know where you're going to go with this, but not on a bias level. I want to know exactly how you honestly feel about this. Is this a good idea for the NFL to be like, you know what? We have this plan in place, so let's do it. What do you feel?
Oh, on a non-biased level, I hate it. I think this is stupid. Personally, whenever I'm looking at it, it kind of reminds me, yes, I understand. I watched the game last night. Clemson got spanked, but I understand that a 6-win team, in my opinion, should not be making the postseason whenever it comes down to it. When there's a team that's won more games, when there's a team who's done it more consistently, and whenever it comes down to it, I understand the Cleveland Browns are going to miss a game, but this is the part of COVID. If the Broncos have to play with a practice squad wide receiver at quarterback, if the Browns have to play with no wide receivers, why are we canceling the game? I understand there's players that could play, there's players that can't play. I know tracing's a problem, but if COVID's a problem in your locker room, that's nobody's fault but yourself. Ultimately, from a non-biased standpoint, I really think this is dumb, because the whole thing in the NFL has been the first round bye. There's not a lot. I can't think of many sports in which teams get a first round bye, and the NFL's had it for as long as I could remember, and now we're getting rid of it. We're throwing in an additional team because of it. I mean, yeah, it makes me feel more comfortable as a Bears fan from that standpoint. And honestly, when it comes down to it from the bias standpoint, I hope it happens. But whenever I'm looking at it from an actual fan, whenever I'm looking at it from like the history of the sport and everything, the rules and regulations, everything they have involved, I think it's bogus. I mean, I think it's crap. Like, I don't see a reason why we're going to make a special exception for one team. I understand, because at the end of the day, a 10-win team's not going to make the postseason anyway. Understandably, because right now there's 5 teams locked up, and right now the 10-5 Indianapolis Colts are out in the hunt. They're not even in the wild card spot. So why are we making special exceptions for this? I understand it's a different year. You have to make new rules to make things happen, but I'm not with it. Me personally, I'm not with it.
And I completely agree with you on that, because just think. Now, you obviously have one team on the NFC side that's fighting for that first round bye and home field advantage. So now if this contingency plan comes into place, then what are you really battling for? I mean, yeah, you're battling for a number 1 seed, but you still have to play in the first round. So in reality, you're really not battling for really anything. So Vic, what is your opinion on this?
My opinion
Opinion.
is opinion. It's the same as I felt back when Pittsburgh got screwed over all those 3 weeks in a row. I mean, it wasn't fair to them, and it's not fair to anyone that's fought to get that first round bye. And just because someone can't keep their house in order, you lose out on that. That's not fair to them. First round buys are there for a reason. They're there because you've earned it. You've earned that opportunity to take, have an extra week to recover and relax. And if another team can't keep their house in order, then a special exception should not be made for them. A contingency plan shouldn't be made for them. Every team has the same resources. Every team has the same information. How you run that information and how you manage your locker room is your responsibility. And if you can't keep it out of your locker room, sorry about your luck. We're not gonna make a special rule just for you. So I don't like it.
Well, yeah, because we all know tomorrow that the Saints have to play with virtually like no running backs. All their running backs were put on the COVID list. So to say, so you don't have an Alvin Kamara, you don't have a Latavius Murray, you don't have a Washington, and then they also have a 4-stringer that can't play also. So now their plan tomorrow is that they have to put Ty Montgomery at running back, but he's played there before, so I understand.
Put Jameis at quarterback, put Taysom at running back.
But then they also have to bring in a guy from the practice squad and bring him in to play running back also, because they don't have any running backs. So if you're going to have to do that to the New Orleans Saints, how can you not do that to Cleveland? It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It's like you're trying to play favorites to Cleveland because you want them in the playoffs because they haven't been there. I mean, that's almost what it looks like. They
played Denver play without quarterback. So I mean,
right. They played last week without any wide receivers. Why is it a special occasion now that it's week 17 when week 16 it didn't matter? Like, no matter who, I understand that maybe it got worse within the organization, but if you miss your game, you miss your game. Sorry, bud. It comes down to winning percentage at the end of the day. If a game has to get canceled, a game has to get canceled. But at the end of the day, if all of those other 4 teams win their games and now you're the one team at 10-5 and everybody else is 11-5, sorry, but you're out. Yeah. Thanks for coming, but we don't want you. So, it's just, it's bogus. It's a participation ribbon, as my name implies.
Then maybe you should have followed the protocol.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. If you forfeiting a game because of COVID, maybe you should look at yourself and be like, well, maybe as a team we should have done the protocol the way we were supposed to do it and keep everybody inside and away from people. So I don't know, but it would personally be Cleveland's fault. I just know how I feel about it. I think it's a dumb idea myself because all the teams look for that first round bye. That's something that they look forward to every single season. And then you have teams that come out and earn that bye. So I don't understand how you could just take it away.
Yeah. You fought for it. You played hurt for it. Don't reward another team because they can't keep their locker room in order.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now we can actually jump into obviously our first topic of the night, which is breaking down all the NFL games. So Nate the Great, go ahead and bring up our first game of the night that we will talk about.
I know what the first game is. That's why I changed my name.
Yeah, circle the wagons. Now, the first game that we're going to talk about is the 10-5 Miami Dolphins at the 12-3 Buffalo Bills. Now, this is kind of interesting, though, because really Buffalo's not really playing for a whole lot. So when you look at Buffalo, does Josh Allen play? Does Stephon Diggs play? And if they do play, how long do they play for? And we know on the Miami side that Ryan Fitzpatrick has tested positive for COVID, so Ryan Fitzpatrick is out. So now you don't have that guy that if Tua is struggling, you can't be like, okay, well, Tua's struggling, so Ryan, you got to come in and clean it up. They don't have that guy tomorrow that can come in and close the game if you need him. So this is going to be all up to Tua tomorrow. Does Tua have enough to get it done? I don't know. If it's snowing out, is he going to get it done? So personally, I want to know first off which way my decision will be. Is Josh playing? Is Stephon playing? And how long are they playing for? If they're not playing for very long, I'll take Miami. But if they're playing, I'll go with Buffalo. But Will, you go ahead and start us off and give me your prediction in this game.
I don't know why Josh Allen would play in this game. I really don't see it happening. I don't see many of their stars playing in this game. But then again, I don't like Tua. I really don't. There's just something about Tua. I thought Tua was the fourth best quarterback coming out of that draft class, and that says something, especially being the second one taken. There's just something about him. It's just not – it doesn't sit right with me. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But the Dolphins need a win way more than the Bills do. Man, I'm still circling the wagons personally, but yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo. Why not? I think Buffalo is gonna find a way to make it win, and I think that would be even more embarrassing if they find a way to win with the backups in. That would just be a nice slap in the face to the Dolphins. That'd get you right out of the playoffs. Expecting everybody else wins or expecting no contingency plan. That's a hard word. But yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo. Yeah, why not? I stuck with it. I'm gonna stick to it. Circle the wagons.
All right, Vic, what do you think?
I hate Tua also. Just because I did. It's my choice, and I hate him.
Tua smells bad.
He does. He smells a little. He
That's
smells
my
like
new
rice.
name.
Yeah, he smells like Easter poop.
He smells fishy. Just kidding.
He smells like the dolphin. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, with Ryan there, not there to help bail him out if he gets run down. You know what Madison said right there. I think Buffalo's going to take it. They're at home. I think their starters are going to play a little more than we think they will, just because they want to. They don't want to like give the game away. Because if they lose, Miami's in, and if Miami beats them, who's to say that Miami's not going to carry that energy into a playoff game against them? So I think starters are going to play a little bit longer than we think. Tua's going to choke. And Bills are going to win. Bills are going to win.
So to answer Madison's question, yes, it would make a difference because everybody knows if Tua struggles, in comes Ryan Fitzpatrick to come in and bail him out. It seems like every week when he struggles, that's what happens.
It would be huge.
But this week, they don't have it. That's why it's a big difference that Ryan Fitzpatrick is not there. All right.
Yeah. He's got to grow up and be a big boy. Put his big pants on today.
Nate the Great. Next game.
Switch it up.
All right, so the next game we have the 10-5 Baltimore Ravens at the 4-10-1 Cincinnati Bengals. Now, this is the interesting thing here because we've seen the Cincinnati Bengals on that 2-game winning streak. 2-game.
No. 3 is a winning streak. This is just lucky. Okay.
Hey,
my name is one more for a win streak. Okay, one more. You're getting there.
But we all know Baltimore's getting healthier now on defense, and they're getting healthier on offense now too. And the last couple of weeks, they've actually looked pretty good. Is this going to make a difference for the Bengals? No, because I can tell you now, I think Baltimore's going to win this game. Oh, look, J-Max here.
J-Mac!
There's J-Max. Hey, all right.
Is that a Pepsi?
Yes, sir, but I covered the label.
Oh, my bad.
Nope, you're good.
To be fair, it was a tiny thing. I thought you were going for a Crown Royal chug on live television. I was really excited.
That would have been cool too.
That would have been a cool entrance, not gonna lie.
Right?
So going back to this for a second. So I actually have Baltimore in this game. It doesn't matter that the Bengals are on a 2-game winning streak. They're not beating Baltimore. So J-Mac, right now this is the second game we've done. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Who do you got?
The Ravens. I don't think that the Bengals can pull this game off. Yeah, the Bengals are on a 2-game winning streak, but I think the Ravens are too much for them. I don't think that. I don't think the Bengals can win it. So I got the Ravens.
All right, Mr. One more for a win streak. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, one more. It's not a win streak when you only win 2. That's all I'm saying. But no, it hurts me. I call it a winning streak because they beat the Steelers. They also beat the whenever it comes down to it, this is like the one team I wish didn't make the postseason. I was really rooting for the Ravens to be on the outskirts, and whenever they were sitting at 5-6 or 6-5, I was really happy. I was really giddy. But they're actually on a win streak. They've won 4 straight. They're looking really good. Like Ace said, they're getting healthier. So I don't see the Bengals pulling this one out. Now they have a lot more to lose, sitting at 4 wins. If they manage to win this game, they're really messing themselves over with a draft pick. They could fall all the way back to, I want to say, number 9 if they manage to win this game, which would really hurt them because I want to say they're currently sitting at 4. That's not a smart franchise decision to win this game. So I'd imagine Baltimore is going to pull it out.
I believe they're sitting at 3.
Miami is sitting at 3 due to Houston's pick.
Oh, yes, correct.
I know
Yes.
that. I think they're
Thanks for bringing that up, Will. To touch on that for a minute, you're talking about a Miami team that can make a good run in the playoffs, and they have the number 3 pick in the draft. Like, that's crazy. They're good enough to make the playoffs, and they have the number 3 pick in the draft. Like, that's.
I have a game involving draft picks on tomorrow's post game, so everybody tune into that. Sports Corner. Keep an eye out.
Oh, Will's going up stealing my mini games. All right.
Yeah, I am. Get toasted, buddy.
All right. So, Vic, who do you got?
Oh, boogers. I got the Ravens. It's rough when your quarterback's also your leading rusher. But it's Cincinnati. You never know what you're going to get. They're like on their 3rd string quarterback. He looked pretty decent last week, but he wasn't playing like the best team in the world. But yeah, Baltimore's going to take it. I don't see Bengals putting up a fight. And I want to think that in the world of grown men playing sports, that they don't think about throwing a game in order to get a better draft pick, because that's just pathetic. You play until the time's up, whether you win or lose. Well, I get that it's stupid to win, but it's got to be in your DNA that if you're playing professional sports, you're not going to throw a game to get a better draft pick. That's pathetic.
No,
I think they'll fight till the end, but they're gonna lose.
Brandon
and Vic, I completely agree with you on that, because when people come out and say, "Hey, like the Jets are tanking and blah blah blah," before they went on their 2-game winning streak, and everybody's like, "Oh, the Jets are tanking."
What's with you in this 2-game winning streak stuff?
It's a winning streak.
They won back-to-back games. Okay,
They've won a couple games.
But let me clarify this: there's no reason that teams would come out and tank, because number one, they're playing for roster spots. So obviously they're not going to come out and be like, we're going to lose, because now they're putting their job on the line. And then when you're that bad, no other team is going to want you. And then obviously a head coach isn't going to want to tank, because he's like, I want to remain a head coach. And if I don't remain a head coach here, I want to get a job somewhere else. So they're obviously not going to tank either. So I don't believe in this tanking thing.
I did just say boogers, by the way.
All right.
Well, no, so just real quick on that. Sorry, Ace. I just wanted to ask a question, though, to the panel. I saw a report earlier that the Eagles are keeping Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but the guy won a Super Bowl and has had one bad year. Did we think anything else was going to happen? Did we think he was going to go anywhere after this season? Like, you got Anthony Lynn, who still has a job for the Chargers after all the bad years he's had. So I don't think Doug Peterson in one bad year should have been expected to go anywhere. Just my opinion, but
Anthony Lynn needs to be shown the door quicker than Doug Peterson. But there has been a lot of talks just that Peterson or Wentz has to go. It was just a matter of who. And I mean, it was kind of obvious who was going to be the guy, but it's just a matter of time.
All right, Nate, throw up that next slide.
Throw it.
Let's see if I got the game right. Yeah, I did get the game right. Sweet.
All right, so the next game we have is the 12-3 Pittsburgh Steelers versus the 10-5 Cleveland Browns. As everybody knows, we've heard Roethlisberger isn't playing in this game. James Conner probably isn't playing in this game. Smith-Schuster isn't. So pretty much nobody for Pittsburgh on the starting side is pretty much playing. It's going to be pretty much all backups. Now, Cleveland, we don't know what's going on with them because they have so many people out for COVID. We don't know who's coming, who's going, who's playing, whatever. But we do know this. They still have Baker Mayfield, and they do have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Those are two things that we know. So I will tell you, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take – oh, man, this is tough. But because Pittsburgh has all their backups, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Cleveland. So, Vic, you can go ahead and start out with this one.
I'm praying for another Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph interaction.
I
want to see Mason Rudolph get whacked on the head with the helmet again because that was so awesome. that was strictly no holds barred. I don't like you. I'm going to hit you in the head with your own helmet. Was it his own helmet? I don't remember. But yeah, this game is just, I don't know. Cleveland's going to have no wide receivers. Steelers aren't going to have any starters. It's going to be down and dirty. I'm going Steelers just strictly because no, I'm going Browns. Cleveland Browns. I'm doing it. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns.
She's doing it.
Myles Garrett's going to knock Mason Rudolph to the ground.
Yes.
And then steal his helmet.
Yes.
All right. Will, who do you got?
Well, this is my favorite Easter egg so far because we're looking for Rudolph's brain cells on my name. That's a good one. My favorite thing about this game is that whenever Mason Rudolph got named the starter, that the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski made Myles Garrett an honorary captain for this game, which is amazing. That is awesome. That is division rivalry at its finest. And look for Myles Garrett if this game is played. To have a great game. Don't be shocked to see him maybe taking him down the right way, not with a helmet this time. But we never know. I guarantee you, Myles Garrett's probably going to have one of his better games of his career if this game happens because he's going to see Mason Rudolph and he's going to come out there looking for blood. He really is. It's just going to be a matter if the Steelers are willing to throw 3 offensive linemen to try to stop him. And is it going to be the backups? That'd be even worse. So it's basically just a massacre of Mason Rudolph really out there. They're just going to throw him out there to get eaten by the Wolves. There couldn't be a better matchup in Week 17 with no starters in for the Steelers and all starters for the Browns. It's going to be awesome. Give me Cleveland.
All right, J-Mac.
Oh, man, where to go with this game? Really, it could go either way. You could go, and you wouldn't be wrong, I don't think, by picking either team. I'm going to go Steelers. I'm going to go that the Steelers win, and they knock the Browns to 10-6, and the Browns do not make the playoffs for the 18th consecutive season. And they do what they did in 2007, finish 10-6, and don't make the playoffs.
A big smack in the face to Cleveland.
I mean, have you been to Cleveland? Like, have you seen what's in Cleveland? There's nothing there.
It's like a smack in the face, but
yeah, because that would be crazy how the last several weeks we sat here and been talking about how we're like, oh, Cleveland's going to make the playoffs for the first time since 2002, and then they lose, and and then the Colts and the Ravens and the Dolphins make it and the Browns are out, then we're like, oh, crap, we just jinxed it because they didn't make the playoffs. All right. Nate, next slide.
Don't forget the arrows work.
All right.
Keep seeing the little cameo.
Oh, yeah. All right, so the next game that we're going to talk about is the 6-9 Minnesota Vikings versus the 5-10 Detroit Lions. Why? Yeah.
The garbage game.
So Dalvin Cook is not playing in this game for Minnesota, but on the Detroit side, Matthew Stafford is going to play despite all of his injuries. He's going to play. Yes, that came out.
Change my name.
That came out today. I just looked it up and it said that Stafford is going to play tomorrow. So
yeah, I saw that too.
So with Stafford playing tomorrow, that might actually make a difference if he can manage to play the whole game, because we know the last 3 weeks he's left games due to injury, and Chase Daniels has had to come in all 3 games. So if Stafford manages to play this whole game and Minnesota not having Dalvin Cook, I'm going to take the Lions in this game. J-Mac, go ahead and start out.
Yeah, if Stafford stays in the game, I'll take the Lions. But if Stafford goes out of the game, it's not even going to be a competition. We saw how they played without Matt Stafford against the Buccaneers, and, well, that was not pretty.
Not pretty.
Not pretty at all. I mean, like Ace and I talked about, when Brady goes out at halftime and then you have Blaine Gabbert come in and still throw 2 touchdowns. Blaine Gabbert comes in and throws 2 touchdowns. Again, Blaine Gabbert comes in and throws 2 touchdowns.
Who?
Blaine Gabbert.
Gabbert.
Anyway, yeah, that kind of tells you where your team's at. So if Stafford doesn't play the whole game, the Lions don't have a chance.
All right, Will?
J-Mac, call it in the air, heads or tails?
Tails.
It's heads. I'm going Lions.
He wanted to flip a coin. He flipped a coin.
That's all I got. This game is, I mean, literally, it's a injured, a beaten and battered Stafford versus a Vikings team whose offense relies on one person who's not going to play. It's gonna be a poop fest. It's gonna be terrible. A real barn burner. This game is gonna be a very disappointing defense on the Vikings side versus a abysmal defense, and we all knew that on the Lions side. I mean, it's just not going to be fun. You might as well flip a coin. Go to the Vegas book, flip a coin. You might hit.
So Nate has the Vikings winning 45-7.
Nate's ridiculous.
Who's going to score 45 points for the Vikings?
That's not Kirk Cousins. Who?
Dalvin Cook isn't in the game.
Dalvin Cook isn't playing.
Did they sign a new quarterback?
Right,
Colin Kaepernick with his fresh arm going to come out here and throw 8 touchdowns or something?
So, Vic, go ahead and give me your pick in this game.
It's like picking my favorite turd. I'm gonna go with Lions. I like Matthew Stafford. I like his grit. I like his gumption. I mean, the game means absolutely nothing. The guy is hurt and he's still saying, "I'm gonna play because I'm getting paid to play." So all hail Matthew Stafford. Lions are gonna do it.
All hail Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, because one thing you can't deny about Stafford is that dude's toughness.
Yeah, I mean, he can be like, "I'm hurt. This game means nothing. I'm going to make $1 million bucks anyway. I don't care. I'm not going to play."
He's tough.
The blue-collar quarterback. He's just the working man's quarterback.
And this could potentially be Matthew Stafford's last game in Detroit.
I would pay money. Oh, my Lord. I will buy out his contract myself. This guy needs to be on another team so bad. I think he will. Wasted.
I really think he will.
I think he will, as long as it's not Minnesota or Chicago. I'm cool with it.
Oh, he's not going to the division.
No.
He'll go to like San Francisco or like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't want him in the division anymore. He's too good of a quarterback for that.
Yeah, because there's no reason. Like, the Lions lose by like 1 possession every game, and there's no reason to be even close in that game with the Lions. And it's only Matt Stafford who keeps him in. If you don't watch Lions football, it is literally, they should just rename it Detroit, Matthew Stafford, and that's it. And then that's it.
I agree with you because it's funny too because the Lions can go into the fourth quarter down by 17 and everyone's like, oh, it's done. And I'm like, I was like, Matthew Stafford is quarterbacking that team. This game is not over yet. This game's not done.
If you put him with wide receivers who stay healthy and a somewhat competent defense, he's going to be in the playoffs every single season. It's
absolutely. And because he's a quarterback that I think can get you to a Super Bowl if he has good enough receivers. He can get you there.
He needs the tools.
All right. Nate, next game.
Ooh, to the Saints. That's a good one, Brandon.
Yeah,
That's
so we actually had a comment from Brandon that said Stafford to the Saints. That would be something to see. That would be something.
That would be nice. But I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him sit behind Breeze if Breeze is going to come back another year.
I don't think Breeze does, but
I don't think he does either. But I don't want to see that happen. He will not sit anywhere he goes. He needs to start.
All right. So the next game we're going to talk about is that excellent the game of the year. You have the 2-13 New York Jets at the 6-9 New England Patriots. If the Jets win this game, they will finish the season on a 3-game winning streak. Can you believe that? After starting 0-13, they can finish the season winning 3 consecutive games. So, for some reason, I have not picked the Jets at all, but you know what? In this game, I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking them. I'm going to say they're going to come out and win their 3rd consecutive game, finish the season on a strong note. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Jets because we all know New England's a mess on that offensive side. Cam Newton, man, he cannot throw. They don't have any receivers. They got nothing. So I'm taking the Jets. J-Mac?
So, question real quick before I pick. How many games did Cam Newton miss this year?
Let me look that up.
None.
He missed none.
I think it's either 0 or 1.
He at least missed one because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 0 or 1.
He did miss one. He did miss
0
one.
And how many did Darnold miss this year? It was 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
So Sam Darnold has the exact same number of passing touchdowns as Cam Newton does. That was my point. That was my whole point.
That's a ding on Cam, by the way.
That was a dig at Cam. Yes, it was. Very much so. Jets.
Oh, well, Brandon, to answer your question, it'll be the Vikings and Lions because if Stafford, like we said, if Stafford plays the whole game, the Lions are going to put up points. So, all right, Will, go ahead and take it away.
Oh, the Jets are the whole reason I wore green, baby. I'm going for that 3-game winning streak. For once, they're playing a matchup in which they have the better quarterback, probably the first time all season. It's amazing to hear that. Shout out Sam Darnold for some reason since the Jets found a way to kind of wither their way out of the first overall pick. They found a way to get Sam Darnold another season, so that's fun. Get him the right tools, and he might be a decent quarterback. We'll see. I think the Jets are going to test it out. I know they're sitting at number 2, but I really think they'll just go get Penei Sewell, and they'll really try to solidify up for Sam Darnold. Maybe they're actually going to ride with him now. And I think a 3-game winning streak will be really nice for them to go out on a winning streak and have a little bit of confidence going into Sam Darnold going forward. And Cam Newton's a bum. Jarrett Stidham would be playing by the 3rd quarter like always. Give me the Jets.
And we can no longer say that this New York Jets team is as bad as that 0-16 2008 Lions team, and we can't even say that this team is as bad as the 0-16 Cleveland Browns team, because for a while people were putting them in that conversation because of being 0-13, but nope, you can't put them in there anymore.
They shouldn't have been in that conversation. They played the Patriots real close the first time. They literally lost to the Raiders on the last play. Like there's no reason. Like the Lions were losing by like 30. Okay, like they should not have been in the conversation.
All right, Vic, who do you got?
Every week, every time I choose the Jets, they lose. Every time.
So don't do it. Go Patriots.
But there's not a part of me that ever wants to pick Cam Newton to win a game for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
The dude's got like Sideshow Bob hair from Simpsons going on.
What if I give you $1?
I don't like it. So I'm going Jets, Jets.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, Jets. You guys are going to lose your final game now.
Since we all just went unanimous,
You're
even
welcome.
Nate in the comment section picking the Jets, it's not good.
All right. So, all right, Nate, hop us on to our next game.
Oh, the toilet bowl.
God.
Battle of the NFC East. So here's an interesting scenario on this one.
Oh my
So-
God.
The winner of this game could essentially win the NFC East if Washington loses on Sunday night.
Folks, look at those records.
6-9 Dallas Cowboys versus the 5-10 New York Giants. So somebody could win the NFC East with 6 wins. 6 wins. And so Brand, hold on before we get there. So Brandon actually left a comment on the side that says Flacco has more passing TDs than Cam Newton.
I think he's only started 2 games.
He started like 2 or 3 games, and he's got more passing touchdowns. All right, so boy, this one's hard. I don't want to say Dallas. I really don't.
Never say Dallas.
No, I'm taking the Giants. I'm taking the G-Men. All right, J-Mac.
Hey, Will, you call it in the air this time.
Got it. Tails. It's tails.
Giants.
Nice.
Giants, all right. Mr. Will Polston.
I'm gonna go with the Giants to win it, but I'm also going to go with this team to be in the NFC East winner, the Washington Giant Cowboys. They should just all converge into one team and just take their best players and all go compete, and they'll just call it the NFC East team, the Washington NFC East team, and we'll just see what happens.
I only have one question, Will.
What's up?
Who is that for the Giants?
Okay, so let me hold up. Let me fix the name real quick. Washington Cowboys. All right, there you go.
All right. So, Vic, go ahead and give me your pick.
No, I'm never gonna pick Dallas. Giants. They're at home. I think they're gonna get lucky. I don't know.
Yeah, what's Freddie doing in the comment section talking about the Giants?
I don't know.
Get out of here, Freddie.
Yeah,
Go eat
yeah.
your hot dog.
So,
There's a hot dog. waiting for
Go
you.
eat a hot dog.
So my final question to you guys about this game is let's say Dallas wins this game and then Washington loses on Sunday night, and since Dallas would be in the playoffs, does that kind of show something for Andy Dalton? Does Dallas
No.
look at Andy Dalton and be like, he kind of led us to 3 consecutive wins at the end of the season, so
I'm not opposed to Andy Dalton as a quarterback in the first place. Like I'm not saying he was the answer in Cincinnati at all, but you got to look. He did lead him to the playoffs. How many years in a row? I believe it was
Too many.
5.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's something to be said about that. He was playing sort of good at some point. Now, does this make Jerry Jones look like a genius for signing Andy Dalton?
No.
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 So, Will, it looked like you were going to say something.
Oh
on that when I
man.
said that.
It's the most Jerry Jones move to have the Cowboys come up, regardless if they make the playoffs or not. Just from this little winning skid they've gone on, it would be the most Jerry Jones move to let Dak walk and then to re-sign Andy Dalton. Just because of how long he's been saying, well, we don't know if Dak's our guy. We don't know if Dak can get us there. We're going to wait out another season. Yeah, and now it's going to be Andy Dalton because, we did all that without Dak last year. All right, whatever, dude. You senile old man, get out of football. You're wasting the talents of other bright young stars, or at least people who are not 98, okay? Let somebody else run the Cowboys for once, and maybe people won't hate them. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be very entertaining. It would just be the fans that everybody hates now.
I agree. All right, Nate, let's go on to the next game.
Oh, don't give me that comment.
So the next game we have is the 4-11 Atlanta Falcons at the 10-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We really know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers really aren't playing for anything in this game. They're already in the wild card. They're going to pretty much be the 5 seed. Remember, the Falcons had a 17-point lead against them the first time that they played, and they did that Falcon thing that they always do, and they blew the game. So, I don't know. But for some reason, I'm going to say since Tampa Bay is not really playing for much in this game, I think that the Falcons are going to finally maybe get a little revenge in this game, and I'm going to say the Falcons are going to pull off the dub. So, give me the Falcons in this game with the dub. J-Mac.
Yeah, the Bucs ain't playing for anything. The Falcons are playing for pride at this point, and I think that they kind of want to prove that they don't always blow a lead. How do you not blow a lead? You don't give the lead up, or you don't get a lead in the game. So, Buccaneers win 13-10.
All right, Will.
I'm taking the Buccaneers by a bit. They still have a chance to fall out of the 5 spot. They could fall back to the 6. They're going to the postseason either way. But if the Jared Goff-less Rams can find a way to beat the Cardinals and then the Buccaneers lose, the Rams have the tiebreaker due to on head-to-head play. So I mean, they could fall back. I mean, they're still going to the playoffs either way. Raheem Morris is actually already interviewed for the head coaching job, so this is kind of like another tryout game for him. They've looked a lot better under him than they have Dan Quinn, but at the end of the day, it's still the Falcons. They have no defense. They have nothing. The Bucs are missing a couple key pieces. I know Shaq Barrett's out with COVID, and who all knows who else, due to tracing. It could end up being the whole linebacking core. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm still taking the Bucs. The Bucs are the better team. They have quote unquote more to play for. You don't want to go into the postseason losing. You want to go in with a hot streak a little bit. So give me the Bucs pretty handily.
All right, Vic.
I hate Tom Brady. Go Atlanta. ATL. They're gonna do it. They're gonna win.
What?
I feel it. I hate Tom Brady.
All right, she's got a good feeling about this. All right, Nate, go on to the next game.
I got a great feeling. I got a feeling that this game's going to suck too.
7-8 Las Vegas Raiders versus the 5-10 Denver Broncos. Neither team's really playing for much except for draft positioning. That's pretty much it at this point. But I do want to point out something here that I remember back when the Las Vegas Raiders lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, that really close game. We had Will Polston who came up on the comments and said that's going to be their last loss. The Raiders
Okay. Shut up. Okay.
And look what happened.
Listen
now.
here.
Oh, okay. I get that one, Ace, but I will give Will Polston some redemption because he also did point out at one point that the Raiders were also 5-2 last year and then finished 7-9 to not make the playoffs. So
I'm back, baby.
Here we are again.
Redeem myself.
No, I get it. Trust me, I get you. I just had to laugh about that comment because I remember you saying that, and then they go on that bad losing streak, and you're like, well, there goes that.
What can you do? Yeah, shout out to the Raiders. I finally say some good words about you, and then you guys lose by 37 to the Falcons. Really appreciate that one.
So with this one, this is one of those. It's not really a toilet bowl game, but it's a game that doesn't mean anything anyways.
It's the
but I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to actually take the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm going to say for a third consecutive season, they're going to finish 8-8 for the third consecutive year. So, J-Mac, who do you got?
Yeah, let's guess. Anyone guess who I'm picking in this game?
Obviously, you're taking the Broncos because you hate the Raiders.
Yeah, you're exactly right because I'm not going to root for the Raiders.
You're going to lock your car.
Oh, my goodness. Did you just say that?
Yeah, Easter egg. Lock your car.
Lock your car. Oh. I'm going to put my khakis in my khakis. No, Broncos. I think it'll be close, though. Something like, 17-14, something like that.
All right, Will.
Somehow the Raiders are going to win this game, and they're going to manage to shed 4 losses off of their record, and they're going to go and finish 12-4, and they're going to make the postseason like I predicted. Just watch. Here it comes. No. Obviously, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. But, yeah, Raiders. After this, I'm done saying positive things about you. It's just that the Broncos, I really just don't. I don't believe in them. I really don't. As much as what sucks is I loved Drew Lock, and I loved Drew Lock coming into this season. I thought he was going to have a big breakout year, going to step into his own, and then he played like duty. And so Derek Carr has at least played well, so I'm going to go with the Raiders in that sense.
All right, Vic.
Fun fact, the Raiders have lost their last 9 season finales.
That's not fun for the Raiders.
4 of them to Denver. 4 of them to Denver. Did you know that? Because I did.
Were those the Peyton Manning, Tim Tebow Broncos, or was that like the Drew Lock Broncos?
It was in the past 9 years, Will. I don't know. I don't keep track of those things. I just read stuff off a screen.
Oh, okay. You're a great reader, by the way.
I learned it in the 2nd grade. I'm going to go with my faithful prediction. Broncos win unless Carr gets hurt, Mariota comes in, leads them for a comeback.
I figured that. Yeah, I figured that's where she was going. And then what's going to be funny is it's going to end up happening like it did in one game. And she's going to be like, I told you.
My dream scenario, it happened.
Almost happened in that Charger game. I thought you were really holding on there.
All right.
In that game, I predicted he would come in, but Chargers would still win.
Terrible.
So it came true. I'm a psychic.
All right, Nate.
No, there's your answer.
We got. Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Hey! Before you jump into this, there's a 1 there in that Jags win column. Okay.
There is.
You know who that 1 is?
The Indianapolis Colts.
It's Colts.
Week 1 of the season.
Nothing to
Indianapolis Colts.
Nothing to play for. I'm just saying.
No, but it would actually be kind of funny if Jacksonville came out and beat them again and then kept them from making the playoffs. I would be like, are you kidding me? That one shot that they have at making the playoffs. But
why would you do that to Philip? Why would you even say that? Why would you put that out there in the universe?
Hey, I'm just saying. I was just speaking the truth and saying if it happened, this is what would happen. But we don't even know if James Robinson's going to come back and play yet. We don't know if he's playing or not. But this Colts defense is a lot better now.
James Robinson has been declared out for this game.
Okay, so no James Robinson. Guess what? No victory. The Colts are winning this game because right now the Jaguars don't even know who their quarterback is. It goes from Minshew to Glennon to Luton. Nobody even knows.
It's Glennon until tomorrow, and then it's Lawrence.
Yes. Yep, and then it'll be Trevor Lawrence. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts, even though Jacksonville, minus last week and a few other games, have actually tried to pull off some victories. But all right, J-Mac, go ahead.
Well, before the season started, I predicted that the Colts were going to win the AFC South.
So did I.
So if I picked the Jaguars in this game, that would make me a hypocrite, which I, sir, am not. So Colts are going to win this game.
I am not a hypocrite.
I'm not doing it.
All right, Will?
The Colts are going to be all out of Andrew Luck on this weekend, brother. They're going to – no, I'm kidding. The Colts are going to win. There's no reason the Colts lose twice. Colts, if you lose twice, I'm looking you dead in the eye, whoever's listening from the Colts. You're a phony, and you don't deserve to be in the NFL. Get out, okay?
Well,
get out while you can.
Yeah, I was about to say that if the Colts lose again to Jacksonville, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs because that would be 2 losses both to Jacksonville. All right, Vic, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Phillip is going to let that happen. Jags are going to bite the bad end of a banana, and Indianapolis is going to win very handily.
I can't wait till all 12 of Phillip Rivers' kids make up the Indianapolis team.
All right, Nate, next game.
Yeah,
Tennessee
right.
Titans versus the Houston Texans. Another divisional game that we never know what's going to happen here, but I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans because they're coming off of a blowout loss that Derrick Henry didn't really do much of anything. So I think he's going to be a man on a mission. He needs 200. I think it's like 224 yards, and he'll rush for 2,000 yards this season. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Tennessee, and I'm going to say he gets those 224 yards he needs. I'm saying it now. It's going to happen. He's going to make it to that 2,000-yard mark because they're going to feed him the ball to get him there. All right, J-Mac.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
Derrick Henry breaks the single-game rushing record in this game.
Ooh.
And he gets close to the single-season rushing record in the same game. Titans win. 31-14.
All right. Will.
The Titans made me lose my fantasy football championship. And for that, shout out Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown combining for 12.5 points last week. You really screwed the pooch on that one, buddy. Shout out to them. I had a fantasy football name named after Mitchell Trubisky, and you let me down. I thought I was going to do it. I tried to be it. I had it all. I had it all made this season, and the Titans really flopped, man. They were like a wet noodle was their offense last week. It was just embarrassing. But the Texans are bad in every shape and form. They should not be here right now. They should have thrown in the towel at like week 10. They're not good. Deshaun Watson deserves better. I'll say it every week until he gets better. The Titans, for some reason, are going to win this game.
Did you hear that post-game conference from J.J. Watt when he
J.J. Watt is going to have a great game, but you also have to remember there's 10 other people on the defense that all suck.
I know, but he called out everybody and was like, I don't understand. If you don't want to be here, then why are you here?
Hot take. Tomorrow is the J.J. Watt farewell tour. Not there in Houston next year.
Yep, he's coming back to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You better shut your mouth.
Vic, who do you got?
Who do you think I got? Who have I never picked?
I know you're going to take Houston. You're going to take Houston because you hate Tennessee.
He's like, we're not keeping records here. I'm throwing to the Texans. Forget the Titans, man.
Yeah, Texans are going to win. I will never pick the Titans because I hate them. I like Derrick Henry, though. I can't blame him. So I do hope he gets close to the record, but, I think JJ will stop him a yard short.
Derrick Henry, the lowest points you get all season in the championship.
Nate, next game. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Toilet bowl.
So, Saints 11-4 at the 5-10 Carolina Panthers, but we do know that, again, the Panthers don't have Christian McCaffrey, and the Saints don't have pretty much any of their running backs. And J-Mac's going to love this because he always liked this guy when he was in Green Bay. But the guy by the name of Ty Montgomery is starting at running back for the New Orleans Saints tomorrow because all their other running backs are hurt. So are not
running
hurt,
back that wears number 88.
They're not hurt. They're out for COVID. So Ty Montgomery is getting the start at running back tomorrow. But I'm still going to take the Saints. So, J-Mac, you go ahead and take this away.
Well, I'm going to pick the Saints, but I hope Ty Montgomery rushes for negative yardage. The only player in the league I may hate more than Ty Montgomery is Joe Mixon. Ty Montgomery was just a failed experiment in Green Bay. I never understood why they put him at running back. 88 doesn't look good in the backfield. He doesn't look good catching the ball. He couldn't catch a cold. So Saints win, but Montgomery goes negative yardage. Taysom Hill runs for 120.
Yeah, if you remember when Ty Montgomery got released, or I should say traded, he got traded because he decided to fumble the ball on that kickoff against the Rams, and the next week he's gone. And I'm like, yeah, rightfully deserved.
Yeah. you're gone. Like,
Right.
he fumbled it, and I'm like, yep,
Daddy.
you're gone.
Yeah, he's gone. All right. The Vic.
Oh, I don't even know if Drew plays in this game, so I'm gonna go. And I don't want Jameis Winston to play at all. So we're gonna go Taysom Hill, quarterback. Maybe Drew will play the first quarter. Taysom Hill lead the rushers. Saints will win pretty decently.
So there actually is a reason why Drew Brees would play this game, and the reason why Drew Brees would play this game, because if the scenario came down to it, if Green Bay, New Orleans, and Seattle all finished at 12-4 record, the New Orleans Saints would get that number one seed. So that's why Drew Brees would actually play in this game, because they still have a shot at that number one.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I'd risk him without a running game. That's my scary. That's the scary part. Would you put him in there without a running game?
Probably not, because he's going to have to rely on Ty Montgomery, and I don't know if he can do that. All right, Nate the Great, next game.
Oh, okay. I won't go.
I'm sorry, Will.
Ha ha.
Go ahead.
No, man, and that's funny because I had a spicy one for you. It's not going to be Ty Montgomery at running back. It's going to be Taysom Hill at running back. Let's get him his first career start at running back. Let's throw him in the backfield. You think 88 looks bad in the backfield? Let's throw 7 back there. Let's just see what happens, Like, why not? Make it happen. Taysom Hill, just an ultimate utility knife. You're paying him $8 million. Might as well get him on the field, because otherwise it's just terrible. And it's just terrible when he is on the field anyway. But that's another episode. Give me the Saints. Like J-Mac said, 120, but out of the backfield, not from the quarterback position. Give him 6 touchdowns. Shout out Alvin Kamara, and we're gonna Taysom Hill is gonna get a fat contract to play running back somewhere. It's gonna be
All
awesome.
right, Nate.
Awesome.
The Chargers. The Chargers, which we know that pretty much nobody on the Chiefs is playing. None of their starters are playing, so Patrick Mahomes is going to sit out. I'm sure Travis Kelce won't play much. So give me the Chargers in this one. J-Mac.
Yeah, I agree. Chargers. Justin Herbert will light it up. He broke the rookie record for touchdown passes last week, by the way, in a rookie season. He's close to the record for passing yards, close to the record for passing attempts, passing completions, passing yards, percentage, touchdowns, you name it. He's going to be there, all except wins. You're going to watch your Rookie of the Year tomorrow. Have a great finale to lock up Rookie of the Year.
That warms my heart, J-Mac.
All right, Will.
Anybody want to take a quick stab at who the backup quarterback is to Pat Mahomes?
Yeah,
It
it's
would
Chad
be-
Henne.
Yeah.
Chad Henne?
Chad Henne.
Shout Chad Henne having the easiest job in the NFL. Give me the Chiefs. Why not? Anthony Lynn.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Anthony Lynn finds a way to blow every game. I mean, I just had to do a double take because I did the slides for this. I had to make sure I put the right record because I didn't think there was any way the Chargers had 6 wins. Anthony Lynn's an absolute bum. I can smell him from here, and he's all the way in Los Angeles. Oh, he may be in Kansas City. Maybe that's why I can smell him. That's a lot closer to me. But yeah, no, they're bad. The Chargers are bad. Everything about them is bad except Justin Herbert, which is nice. But yeah, they need to fix that team. They need to blow it all up except for number 10 back there, and they need to just restart. They're terrible. Get rid of the coaching staff. Get rid of the GM. Get rid of the team. It's bad. Give me the backups of Kansas City to beat the Chargers.
All right.
Will,
Vic.
Hi.
We all know where Vic's
gonna-
going with it.
I'm going to
He's
kindly
going to
disagree with you on a lot of what you just said.
Okay.
I don't think the whole team needs to be blown up. I think wide receiver wise, we're stacked. Tight end wise, we're looking good. Running back wise, if Eckler stays healthy, we're fine. I think it's the DC, the special teams coach who's been fired, so he's out, thank God. And Lynn, it's the coaching. They can't time manage. They can't call the right plays. You don't call a running play when you have no timeouts. That's ridiculous. So I mean, the offensive side is solid. They just need maybe a couple people on the line to, give Herbert a little bit more time. Defensive wise, they need to figure out how to play a full 60 minutes. They play 30 minutes great, but you never know which 30 minutes they're going to choose to play. Melvin Ingram's out. And Bosa's not playing this time around because of the concussion thing. So if they can figure out how to play at least 45 minutes of good defense, then that'll be great. But they need to get a DC in there that's going to take them to that level because they got the talent. They just got to know how to manage the talent. So I'm going to go with my Chargers. I'm always going to go with my Chargers. Justin's going to have a pretty decent game. I've read that Keenan Allen is out for COVID. So, I mean, that'll be a little bit of a blow. But Mike Williams and Guyton and Gabriel and Hunter Henry, those are some solid people that Justin can lean on. And I see the Chargers winning by 14. Hot take.
All right, that was your hot take. All right, Nate, go ahead and pull up the next game, sir. Oh, Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. Yep, this one again. Seattle's defense has actually looked better over the last several weeks. The 49ers are hurting pretty much all over the place. Nick, I think that CJ Beathard is going to get the start again. And as much as I want to pick the 49ers, I think Seattle's going to win this game. All right, J-Mac.
Yeah, I think Seattle's going to win. I don't want them to. I would hope that they wouldn't, but I don't think the 49ers have enough, especially with CJ Beathard. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, Will?
That's all I got.
Yeah, it's not going to be close. It's going to be Seattle. I love San Francisco. They'd be better with a better quarterback. Obviously, they've had health issues and everything this year. It kind of sucks, but they'll be better next year. They just kind of need to pack it up. Seattle needs a win more than anybody. They can still get the 1 seed if hell freezes over. So we'll see if they can make something work. Their starter should be playing. Everybody should be good to go. So give me Seattle.
We know where the Vic is going on this one, so we'll go ahead and skip her on this one. I'm just kidding.
How rude.
So go ahead. I know you're taking Seattle. So
is Garoppolo like hurt still, or are they just being
Garoppolo's
special with them, or
but
with his ankle, right?
Yeah, he is hurt, but there's no I can see him not even coming back at all. I think that this might have been his last year in San Fran. Yeah.
He was never. I never got him anyway. He wasn't that fantastic. I never understood it.
He's a game manager.
Yeah, pretty much. So is CJ Beathard starting? Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't even like him. Yeah, I'm going Seattle. I think Russell's. If they win this, they get the.
They have to win
the top seed with a win.
They have to win to get the top seed. Currently, they have to win, and the Packers have to lose.
Yeah,
and the Saints have to lose as well. It's a whole calculation because if the Packers win, like Nate said, if they're all 12-4, then the Saints. If just the Packers and the Seahawks are 12-4, it's the Seahawks, and then if the Packers win, it's the Packers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, Carlos Hyde's out for Seattle, so they got Chris Carson. Rashad Penny's back, but he didn't look too fantastic last week.
Forever.
They need to get Lockett and Metcalf going again. I heard they're resting Grigolson this week, so yeah, I see Seattle taking this pretty. It'll be a close game, but Seattle Russell's gonna pull it out because that's just what he does.
All right, Nate. Next game.
Here we go.
Yeah, the Cardinals versus the Rams. So this is going to be interesting because Kyler Murray is playing, but John Wolford is getting the start for the LA Rams in this game. And I know that Will's like the one game that I was relying on Jared Goff and he won't even play because this is the one game that he wanted the Rams to win, but now they have to rely on John Wolford, which – who knows? Maybe he comes out and he plays better than Goff. We don't know that. We don't even know that yet. Because that Rams defense is still good. But I got to take the Cardinals because I don't know anything. I haven't seen this John Wolford play. I saw him play in the AAF for the Arizona Hotshots, but that's the last time I saw him play. All right, J-Mac.
John Wolford, is that what you said?
John Wolford, yeah.
And who's their backup?
Their backup what?
The backup quarterback for the Rams tomorrow is?
John Wolford.
John Wolford.
No, that's the starter. Their backup is Bortles, I believe. They
Bortles?
signed him, got him through the COVID.
They got him
Bortles
back off the
is in
Broncos?
Bortles is in Denver.
That's gross.
No, I think he's with the Rams. I mean, I'll look it up, but I think he is the backup tomorrow for the
I know
Rams.
he was on the Broncos practice squad,
Yeah.
but they may have signed him.
I think it's Mannion, but I could be wrong.
I mean, it could be Mannion. You could be right on that as well. Anyway, the whole point is it doesn't matter because we're talking about John Wolford. Man, against Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray loses this game to John Wolford.
Who is John Wolford? Am I out of the loop? I mean, I've never heard the name before.
Right,
You
he's
shouldn't
starting
have heard
tomorrow
the
for the Rams.
Because John Wolford was actually – he never got drafted, and the only reason he's in the NFL now is because he played in the AAF when they were a league, and he led the AAF in touchdown passes. And so somebody's like, oh, he actually kind of looks good. So they decided to take a chance on him.
And
Yeah,
Bortles is with the Rams.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Bortles is with
Cardinals.
the Rams.
Is now with the Rams, yes.
Okay.
Bortles is with the Rams.
Even one more reason that the Rams will lose tomorrow. Cardinals.
Yeah.
So J-Mac's going with the Cardinals. Okay, Will?
Go to me last.
All right. Vic?
Cardinals.
Cardinals. All right. Now,
Oh.
Will. Now
Wow,
you
you gave me no time to think. All right. Perfect.
You're
Nate?
welcome.
Nate, give me the full screen. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Jared Goff, I am looking you dead in the eye right now. Okay. I have hated you since your birth, and I wasn't even alive when you were born. Okay. And I hate you just a little bit more today. Okay. Let me tell you why. Kyler Murray and Jared Goff were supposed to both be out for this game. And now Kyler Murray's fine. He's going to play through the injuries. That's great. It's awesome. Okay, I understand you've locked up your playoff spot. I understand the Cardinals haven't, and that's the one team the Bears are going up against. But I'm telling you, Jared Goff, if the Cardinals win this game and keep my Bears out of the playoffs because we lose to the Packers, I will find you. Okay, it's this has no longer become a joke. This isn't boxing for charity. Okay, this is ridiculous. Jared Goff, I hate you so much. I blame you, Jared Goof. Jared Goof, you are terrible. Jared Goffle, okay? I have called you many of names, and you're lucky I'm on air or it'd get worse, okay? Jared Goff, I hate you so much right now. I know your injury. You broke your thumb. I don't know if it's your throwing hand, your non-throwing hand. I don't care. It doesn't matter what hand it's on. You've got a game to go win. Go keep your division rival out of the postseason. That way you have the pride of doing that and keeping it out. You're a bum. You're spineless. You have no backbone. You're like a chicken tender. I said that last week about somebody. I don't remember who, but Jared Goff is he's like a six-piece chicken tender, man. He's even worse, okay, and no sauce too, okay? This guy is just absolutely abysmal. Jared Goff, I hate you more than anything else on this planet right now. Please don't come back to the NFL next season. With that being said, going with the Rams. John Wolford.
All right.
I'm still confused. Does he not like Jared Goff?
Because John Wolford's going to work his starting spot tomorrow. John Wolford and the Rams.
All right, so Nate, go ahead and bring up the next game. Oh, he just exited out of that.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. All right.
Nailed it.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Punches are about to be thrown in this live cam.
Oh man, there it is. The 12-3 Green Bay Packers, the 8-7 Chicago Bears. We know that there's a lot on the line in this game. Green Bay going for that number 1 seed, Chicago fighting for that last playoff spot. They're going up against the MVP, and tell you what, I think
They're
this is
playing Kansas City?
I think that this can actually be I think this is going to be a very, very close game. I actually think it's going to be close. And that's only because both teams are fighting for stuff. But if Green Bay comes out and plays like they did last week against Tennessee, it's not going to be close. It won't be close. But, of course, I'm going to take Green Bay in this game. J-Mac.
Hold on, let me flip a coin. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay. But unlike Ace, I'm going to tell you, Rodgers wants to solidify the MVP tomorrow. And he is not going to take it easy on the Bears defense. Not at all. So he's not going to throw 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 touchdowns tomorrow against that defense. And he's going to throw for 400 plus yards.
You know what? Since Vic is neutral in this one, I really want to hear what Vic has to say on this one because she's neutral. So Vic, you tell me.
Oh, wowza.
Let's hear it, Vic. Where's your mic? You're over here yelling and nothing's even going on.
Right.
Go Hawks!
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I didn't know that was all staged.
it was all staged. I don't like Trubisky, but I also don't like Green Bay. But I think my hatred for Mitchell Trubisky is a little bit stronger, so I'm going to pick the Packers.
Wow.
Sorry, man.
Dun, dun, dun,
What do you
Mr.
hate
Will
What do you hate
Polston.
Mitchell Trubisky for?
I just don't like him.
Well-
Okay. Yeah, sure. Me?
Why do you hate golf? Just because.
Oh, how
Yeah.
long do we have?
Not that long.
Okay. God. Green Bay. I have to. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to be a closer game. The Bears are at an all-time peak that they've been on throughout the season. Even whenever we were 5-1, we aren't playing as good as we are right now on all ends of the ball. The defense is stepping up. The offense has been absolutely electric to a point we haven't seen since 1965. It's been phenomenal to watch the Bears play recently, but it's the Green Bay Packers. They are who they are. Aaron Rodgers is who he is. It's going to be interesting to say the least. It's not going to be a blowout game like last time. I don't care what J-Mac says about his 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, I don't care how many touchdowns. It's not going to be that kind of game again. It's going to be a lot closer. Both teams have a ton to play for. And the Bears are playing at a much better level than whenever they played the Packers last time with Nick Foles. Get out of here with that. Make me sick to my stomach even thinking about him. Mitch Trubisky will at least keep it closer. Yes, I want to say he's never beaten the Packers in his tenure, so I'm not going to come out and say some crazy things like he's going to do it this year. If we manage to win this game, it's going to be a fully defensive effort. But yeah, give me Green Bay, and then give me the Rams over the Cardinals. So, like the Easter egg says, we can ride that 8-8 train all the way to Wildcardville, baby. That's what we're going for here. Let's get that 500 team in the number 7 spot.
So, Will, there was only one thing I wanted to say about that. You said that Nick Foles was starting. He did not start against us. That was Mitch Trubisky in his first game back. Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, that was first. Yeah, that was number 1
Yes.
back. Yeah,
That
was
was
one game he didn't play good. That's right.
Yeah, that was his first game back. And now the other thing to touch on in this one too is that a lot of people are saying because Bakhtiari's out, they're saying it's going to be a big difference. Now,
It's not.
let me tell you this. Green Bay has one of the best offensive lines in football. Bakhtiari this season has already missed 3 games. In those 3 games that Bakhtiari missed, Rodgers was only sacked twice. So I understand that Bakhtiari is probably the best, one of the best, if not the best left tackle in football. But we'll probably just take Jenkins, put him at left tackle. He hasn't allowed a sack all season either. So it hurts not to have Bakhtiari, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference.
Are you a Packers fan?
I wonder. All right, Nate. I believe it's the last game tomorrow night, which is actually the Sunday night game. Yep. Washington football team versus the Philadelphia Eagles. If Washington wins this game, they're in. Simple as that. They win, they're in. And I'm pretty sure Alex Smith will play in this game, which he pretty much has to play if they want any chance.
Do they have another quarterback?
Yeah, it's Heineke.
Heineke.
Heineken.
No, Heineke.
Heineke.
Not Heineken.
Heineke. Taylor
Heineken. Why not?
Taylor Heineke. So, but I think Alex Smith plays. So if Alex Smith plays, I'll tell you, Washington wins this game. If Alex Smith plays, they win. If he doesn't play, simple as that, they lose. And the Cowboys
They're not losing to the Eagles. I don't care who plays quarterback.
If Alex Smith does not play,
I care who plays quarterback. They're not losing to the Eagles.
They will. No. If Alex Smith does not play, they will lose. Mark my words. And Cowboys or Giants will be NFC East champs. All right.
He's happy in his little world, J-Mac.
Who do you have?
Well, you don't know who I have yet. Like I just told you, the Washington football team is not going to lose to the Eagles. I don't care. I don't care if Gibson is their quarterback at the end of the game. They're not losing to the Eagles. It's that simple. They are not losing to the Eagles. They will not let that happen.
All right, Vic.
Oh, I don't care. Washington by 12. That's 6 safeties.
6 safeties, okay. And Will.
Washington wins by 6 safeties. If they get 6 safeties in this game, if they get 1, I'm going to start. You might be onto something, Vic. Watch that be the first play of the game.
You're welcome.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm with J-Mac. I really don't care who plays quarterback. I'm taking the football team. I think it's Washington's time, because what better team to put into the postseason than a team without a name? It just writes itself. It really does. All the adversity and all this just to say, we made it to the playoffs as the Washington football team, so we should just never change our name. And it's just going to write itself. I don't care if Heineke's playing quarterback. I don't care if Alex Smith's playing quarterback. I don't care if Strip Club Dwayne Haskins comes back. Yeah, I do. Anybody else, though, anybody that's currently employed by the Washington football team, if you want to take a couple reps at quarterback, I'll give it to you. You're going to win this game. The defense is just too superior. Jalen Hurts is just – I still don't believe in him. It's still not great. Give me Washington.
All right. Well,
that's my favorite slide on this PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah. So that's all of our –
I was just saying real quick, by the way, if you look at Washington – what kind of season is that? First off, you have Alex Smith, who is comeback player of the year the second he walked back on the field without even throwing a pass, and he could lead his team to the playoffs. So, just think about that for a minute.
J-Mac, so Brandon says that if Washington loses to the Eagles, you have to wear a Vikings hat on the next
Are you going
to
send it to me, though? Because I'm not buying one. I'll look at Goodwill.
Don't get a used one during the Rona.
I'm just saying, I'm not buying a new Vikings hat. I will take the bet, but I have to. Someone has to send me one.
Here is the amazing.
Get some construction paper and just tape it over.
There we go. I'll do that. I could do that.
Here's an amazing tweet to give you an idea of what the football team is going through. Okay, and this is from PFT commentator, pro football team commentator on Twitter. The Washington football team might be the first team in history to cut its first-round starting quarterback for a player that played in the XFL and also win the division while the coach is receiving cancer treatment and their backup is coming from 13 leg surgeries the same year the team lost its name. I'm just saying, it writes itself. There's too many storylines there. It has to happen. There's too many storylines. It's almost too good. If they win a playoff game, the NFL's scripted. I'm just saying, but they're off to a nice start.
All right. So obviously that brings us to the next thing, which is Ace's mini game. Woo! So does anybody have an idea what we might be playing tonight?
If I have to talk about my Bears losing to the Packers, I'm going to throw up.
No, actually, because you were not on here last week. We did word association, and I
I watched
Yeah,
the game. This was
we're
fun.
gonna do word association again because I just want to do that. So this week, though, it's not only a team for the word association; it could be a player too. So when you think about that player, just think of any word that comes to mind about that player. It's not a sentence; it's a word. And even about that team, it's a word.
Does it have to be a nice word?
Well,
Can it be a dirty word?
keep it clean. I mean, all right.
I'll keep it PG-13.
No, go PG-16. Let's get crazy.
Okay, let's do it.
You know what? This is going to be an interesting one to start out with. So obviously, with this one, I'm going to go ahead and give this one to Will right off the bat, since he's the newcomer on this mini game. So Will, your first one on word association is going to be the New York Jets.
Oof.
Oof.
Well, I guess oof was the first word that came to me. I was trying to think of one, and oof just naturally
Oof came out. Okay, oof came out.
Oof.
So, oof. Okay.
Oof.
Oh,
All right, Vic, the New York Jets.
I was thinking more of like a but oof works too.
Confusing.
Confusing. Okay, J-Mac.
May I suggest a noise like I made?
yeah.
That was
Yeah, I just lost.
So,
I think would. Yeah.
So, in a way, I was surprised that somebody didn't go with a player. Like honestly, it's just the first
Frank
thing.
Gore.
Franco. No, so we had oof and confusing and
Yeah, that's the Jets.
that was the first thing.
I don't think there were three better words.
No,
I think that pretty much covers it.
yeah, I really don't think there is a better word about that. I like it though. I like it. Huh?
I'm here for it. I love it. Oof.
I like that. Okay. So then that brings us to the next seat. So Nate says Trevor Lawrence. No, right now we're doing NFL style. We're not doing that.
He was
All
saying
right.
Trevor Lawrence reminds him of the Jets.
Oh, was he saying
more.
that?
That was his word association.
Not no more.
Nope, that makes sense. All right, so and it's kind of funny. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Vic on this one, and I'm gonna say Washington.
Sucks.
Sucks. Is that what you said?
Are you talking pro or college? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Pro.
Oh, pro. Then I take back sucks.
He just said we're on the NFL.
Shut up. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm shopping Old Navy. No, defense.
All right, J-Mac.
Oh, let's see. Washington.
Washington, okay.
Ferocious.
Ferocious, okay.
Yeah.
Will.
Underappreciated. That's my word.
All right, I like that.
Facts. Okay, that's a good one.
Good
Facts.
one. Good
That was
job.
the second word that came to my head.
What, facts?
No, nameless.
Oh,
Nate's
nameless.
comment.
Yes, that's a
Nameless.
good one. And so Brandon says that his is comeback.
I like
Good
it.
one.
Comeback
I like
player
it,
of the
yeah.
year, Alex Smith. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
The
I
Alex
could
Smith comeback player of the year, Alex Smith.
All right,
I like it.
J-Mac, you're starting on this one. Cleveland.
Gross.
You picking good teams for this? Okay.
I did. All right, Will.
Running backs. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Running backs. Okay. Vic?
Running backs, yeah. Chubb and Hunt.
you said Chubb.
I think it's your turn, Vic.
Cleveland wannabes.
Oh, wannabes. Okay.
They
Now
want
I'm
to be good, but they can't.
Now I'm going to throw a player out there because this player was actually mentioned on another podcast that I was actually watching, and they said that this individual, well, I don't want to give anything away yet. I'll wait till after you guys say it. But so Will, it goes actually back to you first on this one, and the player is Frank Gore.
Hall of Fame.
All right, Vic.
Old.
J-Mac.
The ageless wonder.
Yeah, Father Time.
So the interesting part about this, and the reason why I was saying that I mentioned Frank Gore is because we know that this is probably his last game. And so I was watching another podcast that they were saying that Frank Gore does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
They're stupid.
That's weird how I said Hall of Fame then.
Yeah.
I'd like to discuss with that guy.
They said that Terrell Davis was better than Frank Gore. And
Really? So was Gale Sears better than Frank Gore too? Because Gale Sears has like 6,000 career rushing yards.
Yep.
Right.
So they mentioned all these players, and they said they were all better than Frank Gore, and Frank Gore did not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. So
that's abysmal.
They're stupid.
Yeah, hey, I completely agree with you on that one.
Put them in there.
Well, thanks for giving them their one view, Ace.
Good job.
Yeah, right. Come to a real network.
Yep. They deserved a view, I guess. Okay.
No.
So, all right, Vic, Cincinnati.
Oh, we're back to teams.
Yep.
Gross.
Gross. Okay. J-Mac.
Joe Mixon is garbage.
That's more than one word.
Wow.
That's what
All right, Will.
Burrow. Yeah, by far.
Burrow. I like it. I like it.
Joe Burrow.
I'm going a little bit old school here. So J-Mac, you get to start on this one. Peyton Manning.
Cerebral assassin.
This is Triple H.
Right?
This is a WWE now.
All right, Will.
Iconic.
Vic.
Forehead.
So that was my second word. Iconic for his
Got a
forehead.
huge forehead.
Forehead. Wow.
Forehead.
Wow.
What's
Forehead.
the most memorable thing about Peyton Manning? Forehead.
I like that one.
Peytonville.
Peytonville. That's great.
All right, so this is going to be the last one, and I kind of threw a wrench out there a little bit because I'm going to give you a word, and then think of it in football terms and tell me exactly what you think of when I say it. So, Will, this one's going to start with you. This is the last word, and this one might be a little confusing, but tell me. I'm going to say wild card.
Bears. 7 seed, baby. We're coming for it.
All right, Vic.
It has to be football because that's not the first thing that came to mind.
Yes, football.
I'm gonna go Bears. I'm gonna wish them luck. They're not gonna get it, but it happens.
Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, I'll take
Jim-
it.
The Jets have won too, so stranger things have happened.
What comes to mind when you hear wild card?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Huh?
So, I'm just curious. What is your elaboration on that one when you think of Larry Fitzgerald with wild card?
I think he's done after this year, so I think Arizona plays for him to get in the wild card, and they make a run.
If I could have said a player name, it would have been either Antonio Brown or Josh Gordon.
Which definitely you could have, because you could have said who's the wild card in all of this. Well,
You never know what either one of them is going to do.
right? You just don't know. So that was Ace's mini game this week. So word association. Yep. That's one of my favorite ones. But before we call it a night, we have one more ad that we have to do, and this one's Anchor. So when it comes to Anchor, J-Mac, go ahead and say Anchor. Tell us about Anchor.
Anchor.
Say it.
So if you could not watch us tonight and you want to listen to us on your long hour-and-a-half drive to work tomorrow, you go to the Anchor app or anchor.fm.com, and you look up All Sports, All Plays Network or ASAP Network, and you find this show, and you can play it there. They also, for free, Vic, free, F-R-E-E, free, will give you all the tools you need to start your own podcast. If you think you can do what we do and be successful at it, jump on anchor.fm.com.
Free is a very good price.
All right. I like it. All right, Will. So last time, how do you win one of those shirts?
Oh, man, let me tell you. You can be down in the comment section like Brandon Herrera down there. He's talking about wild card, meaning the Bears. I love it. You could be down there in the comment section like Nate, like Madison, our viewer of the month for December. Just be down there in the comment section. Be engaged with the videos. Make sure you like, you comment, you share the page, you follow the page. Do everything you could to help build our brand, and we will help you rock the brand as well. If you are the person who does it the most at the end of the month, you will win your very own ASAP Network t-shirt.
Woo!
All right. So, Will, what happens if you can't come on and you can't comment because maybe you're just busy at work or whatever, but you still want one of those shirts? How can you get one of them?
You just do better. No, I'm kidding. If you missed the live and you're listening on your hour and a half long ride to work, consider moving to a new home or maybe getting a new job. But after doing that, whenever you get comfortable in that new home or job, make sure you go ahead and comment and send one of us a message. Any of us, Ace, Vic, J-Mac, myself, or anybody else on the network, you can go ahead and message one of us. And don't even look at that sign. If you're listening to Anchor, this doesn't even apply to you. But don't look at that picture right there. 25 plus shipping and handling is not correct. We're doing it $14.99 plus shipping and handling. That's a deal, folks. Free is a great price, but what's a better price than $14.99 plus shipping and handling? I mean, come on. It just sounds so good that your wallet wants to pay it. So go ahead, message one of us, and we will get you your very own ASAP Network t-shirt.
ASAP. Yeah, I love it. All right. So you got 30 seconds, J-Mac, to say whatever it is you got to say. So go ahead. You got your 30 seconds starting now.
Do not forget that there is also women's sports going on right now. There is the women's side of the NCAA basketball going on. We actually are only a month and a half away from softball, preseason softball. So keep that in mind as well, because the ladies do just as well as the men. And guess what? The WNBA is going to be starting too soon as well. By the way, the NHL kicks off January 22nd, I believe, is the new day that they're kicking off. So we need to get the NHL going as well. Tampa Bay Lightning, get that out of here.
Tampa Bay Lightning, no, get out of here. Detroit Red Wings.
How's your championship doing, huh?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Sucks to suck.
Thanks for that. All right.
And he's
All
gone.
right, so
I don't know how to come back.
all right, so Vic, you got 30 seconds.
Thanks, J-Mac, for bringing up the NCAA women's basketball. I mean, they're solid. I think I'm a little biased in it, but the Pac-12 has like 4 teams in the top 10, so it's going to be a battle. Also, Mr. Phil Necro passed away this last week. Atlanta Brave diehard, great guy, kind of meant a lot to the team, so we're going to miss him quite a bit. That's it. Go Hawks.
And last but not least, Will, I love Jared Goff Polston. You go ahead.
Well, first off, I need 30. I need 40 seconds to just discredit that real quick. But But yeah, today my family and I, we were sitting in the living room. We were watching the Red Bull, the Red Bull soapbox racing. If you need a new obscene sport, go ahead, check that out. It's quite the watch. A lot of good laughs, a lot of good times with the family. Really make some great memories. Also, shout out Chicago Bears, shout out Tampa Bay Lightning, shout out all the teams. And yeah, let's go Bears. We need a miracle, okay? But worse things have happened. Crazier things have happened, like the Vic said. Let's make it happen. Don't let me down now.
All right. And then obviously, we have some great day of football tomorrow that we are waiting for sure. Because I'll tell you what, I can't wait for it to come because we are waiting for it. And then, of course, so for Sports Minute, we come back in on Wednesday. But you all know that we do random topics on Wednesday. So if there's any topic that anybody wants to hear about, you know what? Put it in the comment box. And we'll probably do it. We want to hear from you guys too. So anything you want to hear, any kind of topic, throw it out there. You know what? And we just may do it.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
Yeah, we know. All right.
Look how big this hood is. It's huge.
And don't forget, guess what's starting this week? Again.
College.
Nope. We're not talking about sports stuff. We're talking about
time.
Debate.
Taxes.
Network. The debates are starting this week. The ASAP debates are back.
I'm the leadoff debate.
Oh, and I believe Will and Trey are going on Monday night, correct?
Round 2, baby. You're not going to want to miss it. Trey.
Will and Trey to start off the bat on Monday night. They're going to be going. And then I believe we actually have a Tuesday night debate. It just came out. And this one's going to be Landon versus the Sarge, Tim Fielder. And then Thursday night, who was doing it on
Jay
Thursday
and Freddie.
night? Jay and Freddie. Yep, you got Jay Ness and Freddie Henderson going on Thursday night. And then guess what? Saturday. And then Saturday.
I pass after I eat a hot dog.
Saturday is probably the one that people might have been wanting to see for a while. You have brother against brother, Ace against J-Mac, going in a debate on Saturday night right before Sports Minute. So if you're ready for that, check us out on Saturday, and you'll see brother versus brother in a debate.
I want Vic in round 2.
Well, I hope everybody has a fantastic night, and we will see you tomorrow for the pregame show tomorrow morning. Have a great night.
Peace.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays. They work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.